Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the second test for Sri Lanka versus South Africa. This will be the fourth episode of the Cricket Captain 2020 save. As we move on to the second test, just a recap of the first test, we beat Sri Lanka by, I believe, over 200 runs. Yep, 210 runs and an innings in the first test. The second test is at Cape Town, and we probably will not be making a change. I'm just going to look at the conditions. There is a bit of rain around on the second and third day, which could bring me to play the same type of bowling option as we did last game by playing the five bowlers, just because the batting lineup did play extremely well. However, I will bring back in Aiden Markram. I'm going to actually give Dean Elgar a rest. And I'm going to bring in Pot Gita. I'm going to actually... Now, you know what? I'll keep the six bowlers because I was quite impressed with how they did play. The five bowlers. There's really no point in changing a winning formula. The only reason I wanted to sort of give Elgar a rest is because he only made 30. And he did have a start. And I think Malan's safe at the top of the order because he's made back-to-back hundreds. I kind of want to see Markram come in and hopefully make some runs. And then if needs be, I can make Elgar a number 3 and then move down Van Dusen and Hamza. But we'll see how we go with this test. Ideally, we want to win the toss and bat because the first day should be quite good to bat on. In the second and third day, there should be a bit of rain around, so we probably won't want to be batting during those sessions. But Malan, he has a back-to-back century in his tests. He unfortunately goes out for 2. Rassie Van Dusen, I don't really think Rassie Van Dusen is a number 3. Van Dusen. I don't think he is a number 3 though, as Aiden Markram goes out for 22. Zubair Hamza, he goes out for a golden duck. We are 3 for 29, not looking very good at all. Has my decision to play the 5 bowlers probably impacted the test? Sri Lanka has bowled well this first session. Got to give credit where credit's due. We at least survived the first session at 3 for 80. We were at 3 for 29, so we could have been in a lot worse situation there. I want Rassie Van Dusen to attack this spinner. And I believe, Du Plessis is more of a fast bowling specialist to attack. And Van Dusen gets bowled by Rathagia, as we are 4 for 80 odd. Pass score might be 150 or 200, sorry, on this wicket. Although this is a dime to bat on. Look at the bounce. The pitch is very good. We'd want to capitalise here. Wonder if de Kock can make another 100, and I wonder if Du Plessis can finally make 100, because it's all good making 50s, but when you're captain, you should really be making some big scores. But unfortunately, he gets out again, this time for 56. Very disappointing, I must add, just because he has that experience, and de Kock falls as well. So we are 6 for 169. Let's see what can happen here. Bayes Swain pulling his second test. My God, he's going the bash here. He's on 32 of 39, and Maharaj goes out. He can actually bat, this guy, it looks like. Is he going to make 50? He made 50 in his second test. Wow. And we ended up we're on 250 for 7. Surely he's not going to make 100. Come on. Come on. Oh, and he won't get it because it's going to be raining, but we'll have a look. Rain stop play. 43 minutes. It's overcast. He's probably not going to get this. No way. Come on. Come on. He's got a test 100. Bayers Swainpool, in his second test as a bowler, has just brought up a test century. A fantastic performance. We are 7 for 339. Even Rabada is hanging around a bit. I think, has he got a 50 before? I'm not too sure. No, his highest score is 46. So he is edging slightly closer and closer to a test 50. I hope he can get it because he is a very good... he can bat, Rabada. It's going to rain again. Yep, we knew that. 56 minutes of lost play. I mean, if we get near 400 with this from what we were on, I can't really complain. As Rabada goes out for 57. I'm going to try and get Bayers Swainpool to hold strike here. And he's out for 109. I reckon there's no point. We'll just declare. I don't think Hawken will last long either, so we may as well just declare. As we declare for 367, let's see what we can do in the second, or Sri Lanka's first innings. It is T, and Sri Lanka are none for 8. Rain stop play again.
Well taken. That was
out Nisanka, and Sri Lanka lose their first wicket, 1 for 21. Let's try and bring in Swainpool, who was so far been man of the match. And we will bring in Hawken.
caught.
25, 2 for 42. Let's see if we can get another wicket before the close of play. Dick Weller's going a bit of the bash here, so we're going to actually get on the spinner, Maharaj, see if he can do something, and doesn't look like it. So Sri Lanka end the day at a quite respectable score at 2 for 126, with Dick Weller not out 66. He is looking very good. He looks like he could be on for a big score. And we're going to actually start the day's play with Rabada. Ngidi will come in and he will bowl as well. And it looks like Dick Weller has got his 100. That's probably my fault for leaking some runs there. We only lead by 167. So the general gist was if you got to day 3 though, you should be able to survive because the wicket is quite good. Dick Weller is going to make a 150. Matthews is going to make 100. I mean, we're not really offering up anything here. Going to have to bring on Ngidi again. And we're going to have to bring on probably... Oh, Ngidi to Matthews.
That's out.
Just got the wicket, broken the partnership. Brilliant job. I'm going to bring back on Hawken, who's only bowled 9 overs. Danger man out for 160. Fantastic job. Going to take the new ball. Sri Lanka are 4 for 311. Very likely that we will have to bat again. Oh, we're going to have to bat again anyway, but very likely that they will surpass our lead. That middle part of the third day was probably like the first and second session on this day was just terrible. Leaked too many runs here, and unfortunately it's going to hurt us. Scores are tied, end of day 3. Out! First test wicket. Well done, but Sri Lanka have taken the lead.
Cracking.
55.
That's a confident.
Wicket. And he needs to be rested. Maharaj will come back in. And Ngidi will probably come back in as well. We'll autoplay.
Bowled him, and the bat.
That is another wicket to Ngidi. That's his second with 8 for 438. Maybe it was bad to declare, but I mean, you can't really blame me. I was 9 down, and both batsmen.
That's gone right through him.
And that should end the. Oh no, they got one more wicket.
Bowled him. What a ball.
Brilliant performance there. He ends up with 5 wickets. Rabada 1 wicket. Swain pulled 2 wickets, and Hawken 2 wickets. Maharaj was the economical disaster in this bowling innings. He had an economy of 5, which was pretty bad. So we have a lot to do here. I'm not very confident because generally when sides get at least a near 100-run lead, you can see, for example, your side tend to drop the ball and get bowled out. But if we can get through this session without losing too many wickets, I think we're a chance to post at least a 200-run lead going into the final day and possibly bowling him out. Unfortunately, Milan goes out, which is very unfortunate. I'm hoping Markram can get a 50. Unfortunately, he goes out for 43, and it's again another failure from Markram. We have now taken the lead. We lead by 3 runs. We can't afford to lose another wicket in this session, let alone this day. We are hoping that these two can sort of be that defensive sort of anchor and sort of hold strike a bit, only attack when needed. We're going to take the linked aggression off, and once that spinner comes on, I think his name's Danthagia, we're going to actually attack him. Here he comes. The spinner, we want Van Dussen to attack him. Same with Hamza. Well, Mendez is on as well. Brilliant. They've got both spinners on. Oh, they got Rajitha back on. So we're going to actually drop that aggressiveness down just a little bit. And we want just to attack the spinners. And Hamza goes out for 48. He can't get a 50. Very disappointing. Van Dussen, though, gets a 50. Just got to survive this day. And I mean, we're not, there's no, we don't have to win this test. We've already won the first test. So I will still try and win, but if I don't think the lead will be too big, I'm going to try and just salvage a draw. I'll just try bat it out because there's no point being too aggressive here. We have a 150-run lead. Generally, from experience in cricket captain, if you have a 200-run lead going into the second session, sides will chase it down. They'll go full aggressiveness and they won't care. It's kind of very hard to actually bowl them out because of how aggressive they're playing. As Van Dussen gets his first test 100, a fantastic job. My job here is if I do declare, it will be late in the second session, just so there's enough runs on the board for them not to be ticking away at that score. Gonna hope that Duplessis can get 100. We're at lunch day 5 as we go into the second session of the final day. So pretty much now we're at a point where I can freely play some shots. 250 is well beyond the required. Hopefully Duplessis can get 100. Okay, he gets the 100 at 264. The lead is, and we will declare there at 280. with a lead of 280. So we declare it 4 for 370. Du Plessis ends up being not out. I mean, I am quite pleased that the captain finally made 100, but it was a bit late. So now pretty much here is we're going to put the aggressiveness up full and see what happens, because I think it's probably impossible for them to score 280 in less than a session and a half. I'm hoping we can get a wicket.
And that'll go down.
Karutnarayan. Fantastic job as we go into near the final session. Sri Lanka 2 for 28. South Africa need 8 wickets to win. We're going to actually take Ngidi out of the attack. We are going to bring in Hawken. See what can happen. Rabada's going to have to go out of the attack. Maharaj will come in. Hawken will go out and Swainpool will come in. I expect this to be a draw. There's really nothing to suggest that the pitch is going to come to life at the very end, but we'll see. Yeah, I think it's impossible. Where we've got 51 minutes to take 8 wickets, not looking likely. I'll end up putting low chances on just so in case we do get a wicket, but I'm not expecting much. 22 minutes to go. This is looking more than likely a draw. As I said, I'm not really concerned. We have won the series because of that first game, and it's pretty much a road of a pitch from what I saw. I mean, you look at this. Nisanka, 156 balls, only 44 runs, and Matthews, they effectively just blocked it out. I mean, credit to them, they did. I didn't mean to do that, but credit to them, they did play well. It was just, unfortunately, the wicket just didn't do anything at the end. As we have a look here, we drew the second test, and whatever his name is, Rathaja or Rajtha, ended up taking 7 wickets in that first innings. I didn't realise. And yeah, Ngidi took 5. Pretty much this second innings for us pretty much killed all the hopes of Sri Lanka getting a victory here. If they bowled us out, like if they had us, what do we have us 1 for 61, 2 for 76. If they had us 4 for about 100, it would have been a different story. But unfortunately, Van Dussen and Du Plessis both ended up making hundreds, and even Hamza got a start at 48. And man of the match was actually Du Plessis, despite I thought Swainpool should have got man of the match, to be fair. I mean, he got 100 in his second test. As a bowler, that's not a bad effort. But we'll take that. We win the series 1-0. We have a look at the Test Championship. So that was a part of the Test Championship. We have moved up from 9th to 7th. I expect us to probably be around 5th to 6th by the end of this Test Championship, just because we cannot get to 4th, 3rd, 2nd or 1st, because we only have 2 tests to go, 2 series, I should add. And England already got, this is why I don't agree with the Test Championship. It's just a little bit of a rant, but it's not spaced out evenly. Yeah, like for example, England's played 17 matches, and they've played 5 of 6 tests. Now, I highly doubt by the end of 6 of 6 series that we will play 17 matches. The only reason that is because South Africa only play a 4-test series against England and a 4-test series against India. So, it might be only against England. India, they might only play a 3-test series. Whereas England get to play a 4-test series against India, and a 5-test series against Australia, which is every second year. So there automatically lies a problem with this whole Test Championship, is it's a neat little feature, but when you have, there should be a set thing, is what it should be. So there should be, let's say, 20 games, 20 matches. It doesn't matter about championship or series or not. If you have 20 matches, that includes like just 20 test matches. If you win a test match, you get one win. Not like these series things, which I don't like at all. I know that I believe you still get wins for winning matches, but it shouldn't count, in my opinion. Series should not count because you could get a drawn series and you get nothing for it. So it should be, there should be a set number, because you'll see my point, because I don't think we have 2 series to go, but I don't think we will end up with the same amount of matches played than all these other teams. So that's just a little bit of a rant. I think the ICC has a neat little feature there, but if you're not going to have a set line, like a set number of games for every side, it's quite unfair. But yeah, that was the first series at home. We're actually going to Pakistan, which is going to be an absolute nightmare because they play on road of pitches. If this is in Pakistan, it could be challenging, but if it's in the UAE, I'm not sure what this game's focus is on Pakistan, because if it is in the UAE, I'm just going to bring spinners because the fast bowlers are going to be useless. But anyways, I'll finish this one up today. Quite pleased with that victory, or the series. That was the 4th episode, I think it was, and I will see you guys in the 5th episode over the next coming days.